It hurts a lot. Felt like we had it in the first half. I felt like we were turning a corner and just let it slip away in the second half.
This one really does hurt. We thought that we can get back-to-back wins. We just didn't come out to play in that second half.
Yeah, it definitely hurts because didn't take care of the ball, especially me. And that's what really hurts me, that we just didn't take care of the ball.
AJ, what do you think changed from that first half to the second half, especially on the defensive end?
We just weren't guarding our guys properly. They got some clutch threes towards the end. It was just all five of us. We weren't playing like we were in the first half.
Mike, do you feel like you guys got complacent during halftime and you didn't come out with as much energy, or how do you explain 13 points in the first half and 59
I think energy had a lot to do with it, but also just not to a man. We didn't guard the ball well tonight. Too much penetration. They finished plays. We didn't finish plays in the paint. They did. I think that's what got us.
It seemed like Ashton really took over in the second half. How difficult was it to stay in front of him and keep him from making plays?
I just didn't think that we made tough plays on them. I think we have guys who can move their feet with them, but we just didn't do it tonight.
Tyron, is it just frustrating that you guys can't put together two straight games? You can't put together a few straight halves. I guess what's keeping you guys from stringing together some wins?
I feel like when we get up, we feel like the game's ours already. Like we just feel comfortable, and I feel like we need to continue to step on the opponent's throat, in the clutch time, and when they start making their runs, we got to stop it with a run, and we're having trouble to do that right now.
Was there a little extra pressure when they made the comeback just because you guys were up by so much and didn't want to look like you were kind of collapsing?
Yeah, it was a little pressure, but like I said, we got to be able to take that and just come back with a run or just stop it somehow defensively.
You scored 18 points, only 6 field goal attempts, though. Do you feel like you weren't getting the ball enough, or what were they doing to keep you from getting more touches?
I'm not sure on that. It's just how the game went. Just didn't get as much touches.
We just play with intensity. We went out there and wanted to prove that we can guard them, and they're one of the better teams in our league. And I don't know what happened in that second half, but that first half we showed that we could guard them. So it was a little disappointing that we didn't do the same in the second half.
Tyron, did you feel that Wyoming came out with a little bit more energy in that second half? More aggressive?
Yeah, they was looking to attack the rim, and we just came out. We wasn't ready for it, and that caught us by surprise. They drove a lot, and we had a lot of fouls that brought them back into the game. So.
More questions over there?
I thought they spread the floor. We didn't guard them man-to-man well enough. They got too much penetration, shot 61%, and the defense really wasn't there in the second half. No. When you're not scoring, and then it's the same story, right? Second half, we come out flat, don't score the ball. I think we trade baskets back and forth for a while. Then they go on a run. We had some ill-advised shots. We had some missed layups. When you're missing easy shots inside, your defense, again, is too much pressure on them. They were in a really good rhythm. They were going zone and man, kind of mixing it up a little bit, trying to keep us off balance. So to play the four guards, I don't think we necessarily had to. I think once they got in the rhythm and once they got into the dribble drive spread, they were able to stay small.
Did you guys settle for too many long range shots, especially early in the second half? I mean, AJ only had 6 shot attempts.
Well, he did a good job of fronting. They went to the zone. When they go to the zone, it's kind of hard to go inside. We didn't move the ball well enough to lick inside. They were sagging a little bit, so we were kind of playing between AJ and the shooters. And we should have gotten the ball a little bit more and looked for it inside a little bit more instead of settling for jump shots. I know what you mean. Well, I just thought we came out flat, and they came out with more energy. Again, we start the half plan trading baskets. You just can't do that. I thought the game got away in the first half when we had a chance to. Instead of being up by 14, you could have easily been up by 20. We missed a lot of easy ones. I thought that kept them kind of like where we were in the halftime last time. 14-point lead for them. They were thinking, hey, it's just 7 possessions. And so I thought that gave them momentum going to the locker room. Mm-hmm. Well, like I said before, you guys asked me about, guys playing back-to-back, and I said, consistency, that's where we lack. You look at our numbers. Can you follow up a good game? AJ's the only one that's been very consistent all year. You look at down the line, other guys, we're just not consistent back-to-back games. And I try explaining to the guys that every game is different. It's like a different book. You can't play the same way. You can't assume you're going to make the same shots, and you can't try to take the same shots against every opponent. This is a game that we should have got the ball to AJ more. We tried to force it into him. I think we turned over a couple of times trying to get it to him. But it didn't cause for it wasn't like the New Mexico game where you had to shoot to 3, you had to kind of come back, you had to lead. It's a little different how you play. And so it is kind of what, our season been is not consistency. Well, going back-to-back games. And you guys asked me that question. I said he needs to follow up with another good game. And, he was aggressive, just didn't finish around the rim. I thought he got to the basket. But, again, playing back-to-back games and being consistent all year has been an issue. Probably a little bit. The role reversed a little bit. Now we come back and the pressure is on us. We're at home. But I thought we settled for a lot of shots that we probably shouldn't have. And we turned the ball over quite a bit and led to layups. And that was another thing I think the second half. We turned the ball over, and I think Adams and those guys got some fast breaks. So that led to shooting 61% as well. My turnovers were very terrible in the second half. They just went small. Again, I got to pick and choose when I'm going to play him. He's not 100%. I know that. He's getting closer. But, again, the last 2 games have been playing 4 guards. So that's been a matchup problem. It's nothing that he's doing or not doing. It was just totally about matchups. Oh, he's healthy enough to play, yeah. I'm just, when the game's going and, they play the 2 big guys 40 minutes, and I think, he probably had a chance to play. But when they go with the guards, 4 guards, spread the floor, I didn't think it was a great matchup. It was very similar to New Mexico.
How frustrating is this one? Again, you're talking about consistency, and you get a chance to string each other back-to-back. How much does this one kind of hurt?
Oh, it hurts a lot because, again, you play well on Saturday. You got 2 days where you're preparing for a team you already played. They already beat you at their place. You make adjustments. Then to come in and have a 14-point lead and then to play the second half the way we did is very disappointing. Well, we talked about that. I think when the game plan without Nance, the guards were going to be more aggressive. That's what we knew they were going to try to do. They didn't throw the ball inside quite as much as they do when Nance is in the game. So we were prepared for that. We knew Adams was a great player in terms of driving. He's a great one-on-one player, and we had to guard him. And no one stepped up tonight and took the challenge of trying to guard him. Well, I don't know. I thought 2 fouls was not very smart. Sometimes you got to be aggressive, but you got to play smart. I thought he was probably a little aggressive in terms of some of his fouls. Like the last foul he got, he was never going to get the ball. Just let that one go. The foul he got right before half, I told him before he went in the game, I said, you have 2 fouls. I said, I don't want you to drive the ball, or he drives and gets a charge. So it's about being smart. You can't just play the game without thinking. Well, I just think they were more aggressive. It appears that way when you're not getting the ball. We should have been in 1-on-1. We were talking about driving the ball against the zone like we did on Saturday. Well, this game, we never drove the ball. And that would have changed things, I think. So we're settling for jump shots, and they're driving. So eventually they're going to get calls because they've been more aggressive getting to the rim. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at the stat sheet, you just don't know what you're going to get from guy to guy. And, it's frustrating because, you get excited about 1 or 2 players and you say, okay, maybe this is him. Maybe he can, continue to put a game together. All of a sudden he goes backwards. So it's like taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And that's been kind of our song this year. Yeah, Ronnie won't play the rest of the season. He'll be out. He's going to obviously still be on the team and do some rehab, but he will not play in the next 5 games or 6. You're right. Well, that's a good question. AJ's been there all year. I think he's been the most consistent player all year. I don't know if you can. I think they're talented enough to get there. I think it's about the inexperience of playing in a different role, trying to live up to something instead of being your own player. We talked about just being a good college player, and that's what these guys have to understand. It's hard to be consistent, but at the same time, you have to prepare that way every day just to be a good college player. And can they get there? I think they can. Is it going to be this year? I hope so. I thought, again, we took a step forward on Saturday, take another step back, so we'll see what happens on Saturday. Well, we go prepare for that. We have practice tomorrow. We go over Boise. They're a different team, very similar to how Wyoming played tonight with the 4 guards. They shoot the ball well. They don't really have a true 5-man. So it's going to be a different defense assignment, so we have to get prepared for that. I think, can we get a win? Sure. But we got to play perfect. We can't. Our margin for error is so slim. If you're not shooting the ball, your defense got to be great. If you're scoring the ball, then your defense could be average, but we don't score a ball at a high clip. Yeah, practice is. I told the guys this before. They seem to play different than they practice because they practice hard. We haven't had the issue of kids or players not practicing hard, or I haven't had to kick someone out. You didn't have to kick them in the butt to get them started. I mean, they come to practice and work, but then when the lights go on, it's just a little different. And that's the mental part of the game, I think. Oh, I think so, because I think when you, as young players, you're at home or you're on the road, the accountability. I know they want to do well, but just to be consistent and, it's going to take a little bit more mental effort, I think, of your preparation every day. And it's got to be the same way every day. We talk about preparation. I talk to you guys about getting a routine, and it's like life. You have to have a routine in order to be successful. And if you don't have a routine, you cannot be successful. You cannot be consistent. And so that's what we've been trying to do, is being consistent with our practice, everything we do to try to get these guys to understand how important that is.